everyone. I just want to go over the results of your activity. So, this activity and the different variations of it show you, or hopefully show you clearly, the path that a message takes through our nervous system. So, in the first experiment that you did on Wednesday, when someone dropped the ruler and you had to catch the ruler just between, I shouldn't be using these hands, just between these two fingertips, that was a great example of showing you the path the message traveled. So the first thing that happened is, as you were looking, right, you were looking at the ruler, you're looking at the ruler, you're looking at your partner, is the information was going in through your sensory organs, which in that particular example, it was going in through your eyes. Once the information went in through that sensory organ, the message then traveled through your sensory nerves to your brain. Remember that command center. And your brain is processing that information that your eyes are seeing. Your brain then sends a message through your motor nerves to your two fingers. And as that message travels from your brain to your motor nerves and it gets sent to your two fingers, it's telling your two fingers to contract and relax to grab that ruler. And that would be an example of a somatic nerve because you have control over that, of the opening and closing of your fingers. The faster that message gets sent, the more likely you are to catch that ruler at a lower number. So the lower the number, the quicker your response was. So again, the information went in through your eyes, which is your sensory organ, through the sensory nerves to your brain, where your brain is processing the information. It sends that information through the way of the motor nerves, because remember, the motor nerves carrying information away from your brain to a part of the body, and the part of the body it's sending it to are the muscles in your hands and in your fingers, and it sends that information for your muscles to relax and contract and to catch that ruler. The second experiment, or the second variation, we had you do the same thing, but this time your eyes were closed and someone said, catch. So now, since the information couldn't go in through your eyes, it went through a different sensory organ. It went into your ears as you were listening for them to say catch. Everything else would be the same. The information goes in through your sensory organ to your ears by your sensory nerves. The sensory nerves carry that information to your brain where it gets processed and interpreted. Your brain then sends that information through your motor nerves away from your brain once again to the muscles in your fingers and hands and elicits that response of the muscles relaxing and contracting to catch your ruler. It would be interesting to compare your average of when it went in through your eyes for your sensory organ or your ears for your sensory organ to see where your response was quicker. Because some of us learn better by hearing and some of us learn better by seeing. So it'd be kind of interesting to see if that matches up. And then the last one, for me, is the most challenging, but for others in the past, it's actually been the best response they've had, is when your eyes are closed, no one's telling you to catch it. Instead, you're waiting for them to touch you, and they tap you or touch you right on the arm as they drop the ruler. So now the information's going into the sensory organ of your skin, whether you're tapping your shoulder or your upper arm, and that information goes through your sensory nerves to your brain for your brain to process it. That brain then takes that message and sends that message through your motor nerves again to your two fingers, where that information is received and a response is elicited, and bam, your fingers close to catch the ruler. So again, the pathway is the same with the exception of what sensory organ the information is going into. And it would be interesting for you to compare which way you interpreted the message quicker and had a quicker response. And if you want to shoot me a message and tell me whether it was through your sensory organ of your eyes, your ears, or your skin, I'd be interested to see. And then again, think about, how do you learn best? Do you learn best by watching things like a demonstration or a video, by listening to things like you're listening to me now, or a lecture and taking notes? or by hands-on and actually physically manipulating things. And would be interested to see if it matches up with the results of your experiment. And another thing to keep in mind, the more trials you do, meaning the more times you do it, I had to do 5 for each one, but the more you do it, the better you get at it because of muscle memory, because your muscles remember. So kind of interesting. Hope you had fun with it. If you didn't test out your parents' reaction time or your little brothers and sisters, that could be another variable you could throw in there to see how age may have affected the reaction time. Maybe gender might have a difference. So share any results that you find. I'd love to hear it. Have a great day.